So your blood pressure says 150 over 100. This number looks scary, but it might not mean what you think. Let's look at this for a second because one blood pressure reading does not tell the whole story. It does not automatically mean something is wrong. So if you get a high reading, stop before you freak out because something about these numbers don't always tell the truth. Stick around and I will show you why that these high readings doesn't always mean there's necessarily a problem. So let me show you what I mean because once you see this or once I share this with you, you're going to look at your numbers completely differently. And I will also show you how your technique in taking your blood pressure can also give you a false reading, which can actually make a huge difference in your numbers. And then stick with me until the end because I'm going to give you a really surprising factor that a lot of us did not think could actually affect the reading as well. So let's get started because I'm going to give you clear, simple examples of things that can cause a false, inaccurate blood pressure reading and how you can correct it. Let's start off with saying first, you have to be in a restful, peaceful environment. If you're talking on the phone, anything like that, and you're trying to take your blood pressure, can actually raise your blood pressure. Even a little bit of anxiety can push your numbers up. Being stressed or rushed can raise your blood pressure by 10 to 30 points. Some research even suggests that it's best also when you start out taking your blood pressure to really take it in the morning before you start your activity. And also, you should be seated for at least 5 minutes with both feet planted on the floor with no crossing of the legs because we all know that impedes circulation. And you should have your back supported. And also, your arms should be at least heart level. Now, you should take 2 readings each time, and 1 minute apart, I should say, and then average between the 2. Be consistent. Take it the same time every day and the same position. Now, let me clarify something. Initially, you should check both arms to make sure there's no difference in the readings. There are times when some of us may have some type of blockage in one of the arms, and you will see a difference. But you always want to use the arm with the highest reading. If the difference is more than about 10 to 15 points, if it's more than 10 to 15 points, I should say, it's worth mentioning to a healthcare professional so they can decide if any further evaluation needs to be done. Now, the small difference between the arm is normal for most people. Even me, I have a difference of about 5 to 10 between each arm. But a larger repeated difference, like I said, it's about 10 to 15 more points, simply signify that you should not panic, but just probably a good idea to mention it to your doctor. Some other factors. Do not take your blood pressure after you've had a cup of coffee because, again, that constricts the blood vessels and temporarily raises your blood pressure. Do not give you permanent blood pressure, but temporarily. Some other factors. Do not eat and then take your blood pressure. That can spike your blood pressure as well. Other things like energy drinks, sodas, cigarettes, or people that vape, they call it vaping, can also spike your blood pressure temporarily. If you are using an automatic blood pressure cuff, make sure it is positioned right on your arm. There's an arrow on most of the cuffs to tell you where that cuff should be placed. Also, with the automatic cuff, change your batteries frequently. Old batteries can give you false low numbers, and if you're sick and you think, oh, because I have a low number, it could actually be high. Also, if the cuff is too small, you're going to get a falsely high reading. And of course, if it's too large, you're going to get a falsely low reading. Now, the last one that's going to surprise most of you all is a full bladder. A full bladder can raise your blood pressure temporarily by 10 to 15 points. So if you have a full bladder before you take your blood pressure, empty your bladder. Most people don't realize this, but if you need to urinate, your body, and it's full, your body is under physical stress even though you don't feel it. So here's the truth. One single reading taken under the wrong conditions don't tell the full story. And that reading is only capturing that temporary state, not your true baseline. And you want to know what your true baseline is. So before you panic over a number like 150 over 100, make sure you're actually getting a true reading. Because when you understand what affects it, you can stop reacting in fear and start responding with clarity. So you guys, thank you for watching my channel. Again, this is Sheila, registered nurse and health coach with Menopause Energized. Continue to stay tuned. I bring insights and takeaways weekly, some in more detail than others. And also I have a couple of free PDFs down below that you can sign up for. One is how to get 6 to 7 hours of restful sleep, because again, interrupted sleep can also affect your blood pressure. And then of course, I can't leave out the healthy gut menu on a nutritional meal. And so you'll get a 7-day meal plan as well with that free PDF. And again, comment, like, and share. Until the next time, take care.